Got a fellow named Tristan asking me a ton of questions. He writes, I recently bought the Mind program. Okay, mind fucking. As follow-up to the 7 Steps and Escalation program. It's deep stuff indeed, bro. Most impressive for me was the things, one of the females examples I had in there, she said to you in the example email responses. The way you keep it real and from experience is second to none. That's what I don't like about the internet people is they use a lot of theory shit, whereas I give you guys from my life stories. And granted, I do repeat myself a lot, but I learned a long time ago. So you guys don't create shows. You guys don't do anything except watch shows. But to people who are performers, they do the same performance because there's always someone new in the audience. I used to watch Andrew Dice Clay, and I used to see the same jokes over and over again. I got into stand-up comedy, took a stand-up comedy class, and that's what they told me. There's always someone new in the audience, so get your routine and just repeat your routine over and over again. And by the time you do it like 1,000 times, there's always someone new in the audience, but that shit's cemented. So I learned that, and I finally figured out there's always someone new watching the show. I know a lot of you guys heard my stories over and over again. You think I'm actually that daughterly that I repeat myself, but I do it for the new people. And I don't have to say something. You guys remember when I said this, right? When I told you about the one girl or whatever, and the guys who are new don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, see? So you got to think more than just yourself. I know where some of you guys are young, you're self-centered and selfish and all that shit, but this helps you grow into men. Okay, the way that you keep it real and from experience is second to none. You should have been an uncle or cousin of mine sorry, I'm sweating, I just did cardio, to learn from earlier in life. For me, like most people I know, we never had game given from a family member, yeah? That's really true too. Mostly learned from peer talk, yeah? Through trial and error, that's what I did, along with the media, no media in my time period, and religious conditioning. I used to always be fascinated with players and pimps at the control they had versus being controlled. So he's saying he admired players and pimps. Didn't mention Max, but Max is above players, just below pimps. At the control they had. I can honestly admit that, he says. So continue to be patient as more breakout of misinformation. Many won't see or break it, but some will. I already know that, yep. I heard you are in level 2 Reiki practitioner. I did level 1 Reiki training, so I concur with the power of energy. If there are higher levels beyond it, yeah, there's the master's level. Some call second level the beginning master level, but there is a actual master's level where you can go around and actually do that yourself, attune people yourself if you want to. And I didn't really want to go around doing that. I wanted to do the art. Have you done any shows on the Matrix placed on humanity and how to break it? Yeah, my last channel did tons of them. This is a new channel. Unfortunately, I had a lot of copyright material on there, and YouTube came out with a new bot. And the bot, there was a lot of attention on my channel because I was having a guy troll it. But if I had gotten that copyright-ridden material out, they would still be here. You ever thought of showing clips of teachable moments in the movie scenes? That's what got me in trouble. That's exactly what got me in trouble. That's copywritten material. While you're narrating a breakdown, the background would be beneficial. I love that movie. It's so, for those who are awakened individuals, that movie should go off in your head like a bomb. If you're not awakened, and I have a nerd friend that's not even an awakened individual. He's not awakened at all. He just thought it was a sci-fi movie where they hit him dodging bullets and shit, Wasn't that impressive to him. No earth-shattering moments. Okay? And he's the smartest guy that I know. Smarter than I am. The only person I know that's smarter than I am. And it didn't hit him, but he's not awakened. He's intelligent, but, and that's what the internet's full of. People have a little bit of brains, but they're not awakened individuals. Excuse me. I don't know if you have seen it, but at the end of the movie Lucy, saw it, starring Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, great movie. If not, you should check it out. It's deep as well. The end scene when she starts using more of her brain power and going back in time to the beginning of creation. Once she got to 100% usage, she's transformed back to energy. I already teach that. Everything's energy. Your game is energy. It's all about energy. Energy and vibration. I'm going to make that point in a minute because you're going to ask me a question as I scan forward a little bit. Yeah. But I'll bring it up in just a minute. 100% brain usage transformed energy via the police guy's phone. When he asked where she is, she's probably everywhere. Most people didn't catch it. Everything is energy, including us. My guys here know that that's one thing that I teach, especially on my forum. With so many voices out there on manifesting your desires, can you go into more proven use of the law of attraction that you know from your experience? Again, I did that on my old channel. I covered all this shit, man. Do you still have the 15-day law of attraction class? If so, tell me the current link. I don't have it. I don't even know where the fuck it is. The files are or anything. I don't know, man. It used to be in my confidence kicker, I think. Yeah. I don't think it's still there, though. I think it's all confidence stuff. During a section in the mind program, you said to learn from when you were emailing a lady. You said to learn from when you were emailing a lady. During the section in the mind program, you said to learn. You're not making that statement right, so I'm having trouble comprehending what you're saying. Would it be just as potent instead to email, call, or meet in person when saying those phrases? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's always better to put your voice in her ear live than the phone. Then other written forms of communication. I prefer emails the best because big fingers, that's just too feminine for me, but I can do it. And think about when I started using the cell phone. You know, I had a flip phone and then the numbers on it. You couldn't switch. You did most of it from when you met her at the club with just time and words, no date, no. Very few words, just dancing. And I'm going to get to that. I'm going to tie that in with the energy thing in just a minute. Could you go into doing this during the initial interaction, which obviously set the stage for the follow-up? Basically how you communicate passion and romance that they all seek. I did it through dance. That was my inroad. I did it through dance. I mixed down, I made a mixed CD tape, or whatever you call it. I made a mixed MP3. And I put together a lot of the music that I liked from the 90s. House music and dance music. And I just started dancing, and that shit just comes out of you. I dance from in here. And I put it to the beat of music. I finally was able to break the block when I was younger against dance because I was told I couldn't dance by my mom. I was like my dad. My dad do like a war dance. Flat ass. You know something, they ever have flat asses? They're worse than white guys. The flat ass shit. So she would, clown me. So I grew up with a block and dancing. But I was able to finally break through. Back then they had all the Madonna videos. They had that kind of sensual dancing in it and stuff like that. So that gave me a model to build from and just tapping into what's in here. As males, we do have passion. It's not just a woman-only thing. Okay? A lot of males want to be this. They think that a warrior is this cold guy that has Remo, that has no feelings and is stern and connects to nobody, and that's not true. Warrior training was all about embracing the passion of fighting, for example. I didn't necessarily say it in words, although I did bring up, like I told one girl that she was a very passionate dancer. And I talked about how... Jovina, let me have a bottle of water. And the cough syrup. Let me get that started. I'm trying to get... You tripped again. That's step. You guys have fast little feet. Excuse me.
Fast on our feet. Picture you should have taken this before.
Yeah, I should have. I am a live human being. I do have shit that happens. Agua, por favor. Por flavor. I have to finish this because I got my oatmeal sitting here.
Yeah, it's going to get lumpy as like anything. Stand lumpy.
Yeah, I can't stand lumpy oatmeal either. I like it smooth, so you guys have to bear with me. Again, I am a real human being. I do eat food. And I'm going to put on the airs for you guys. I don't like that. I'm going to keep it real. But shit happens. So I was talking about one chick that I spent some time with. I saw her dance with a guy. And I just did a show. I just uploaded it today to my site, my forum. One of the guys, he's also a dancer. He's a salsa dancer. And, girls like touch his face. Or touch his face. And that is one of the most sensual things a girl can do on the floor to me, man. I saw this girl. Well, we had made eye contact across the room. And I'm like, to my boy Craig, who's that? I was dating white chicks. I like white chicks with hair way down to their butt. That always got me. You guys know that thing. And she got up. She walked. We made eye contact, and she walked across the room, and then went to the bathroom was her sister, and came back. I was actually talking to someone. She came back, so I missed her. And I turned around. Someone that came and asked her to dance, and I watched her dance, and she went like this to him. Touched his face, and I was elbowing my boy Craig. That's the one. She's sensual, and I talked to her about that when I danced after I finished dancing with her. I even wrote it in my emails to her. Okay, communicate passion and romance. They all seek. When a fellow comes up and starts talking about, you're really passionate. I saw it in your dance movements, stuff like that. Nobody does that. Now a bunch of geeks going, "Hey, you're really passionate. I saw it in your dance movements." Don't try to do me. Do you? Okay? Because a lot of guys wouldn't even recognize passion on the dance floor. You're so stuck up here. It's hard to be insulting. What would be very useful is if you could show an example of interaction of the natural flow progression during the initial conversation. That would be if I was in the game. Number one, get their life story. Two, hey, I'm not in the game. I'm not going to get in the game. I'm not going to tear my relationship down for someone on the internet now. Come on. So he lists 3 things he would like to see. Getting ready for the next level. Before I spit my contractor, you would need, you spit your contract after the sex happens. Women, if you haven't put her ass to sleep or when she wakes up, they're going to ask, so they will be curious, so am I going to see you again? I've had that asked so many times. I've been thanked by white chicks, and then I was asked, so am I going to see you again? They want to know how they did. Shit like that. Was it good? Well, I got a nut, didn't I? Really want to know if they were good. Every morning I eat oatmeal with 3 strawberries, go sprinkle some blueberries in it. Unless I go out to Denny's, then I'll just have just a prime rib omelet with mushrooms in it. So I've been dropping weight. For lunch is, if I don't have the breakfast omelet, then lunch is an omelet or scrambled eggs. Dinner is where it gets a little different. Last night I had rotisserie chicken on the side and some lettuce in a bowl. Otherwise I have chicken on salad. She'll fry fish, chicken or fish. And I rotate. One day she made chicken tacos. We buy this 5-gram. Is that stuff wheat? I think it's wheat, gluten-free stuff, so it doesn't activate my allergy to wheat products. Can mind program work on a person you've been in a long-term relationship, or is it too late? Nope, it can work. You said you didn't do any of this with current girl Jovina, so what keeps Jovina there as opposed to using the mind program methods? And that's what I'll talk about, energy. I have a lot of personal energy, personal magnetism. And Jovina, a fella asked me, because I didn't do my mind stuff on you, what keeps you here?
You didn't do it, what keeps me here?
Yeah. I didn't do, you heard me talk about that stuff, so you
Yeah.
notice I'd never done that kind of stuff on you. So what keeps you here?
I mean, there was just other things about you that...
Say, things about me. Qualities. So you got to build those qualities in you. Let's see. I got into Toastmasters. I'm sure that, and I drug her in there. I made her go. And she saw me win as a winner. Have you seen me as a loser or intermediate or a winner in life?
As far as I see it, it's a winner because you always go forward and do it no matter what
Yeah.
the outcome's going to be.
Yeah, good. So she sees me as a winner. Women love winners, by the way. That keeps them around. If you're like a intermediate guy, just working day in, day out, doing your job, blah, 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 that may not hold a female. If you're a loser, and I know you guys think that girls go for the losers and all that shit. Keep thinking that shit.
There's a difference between losers and bad boys. They go for bad
Exactly.
boys, the younger girls.
Exactly. Thank you, Jovina, for clarifying. There's a difference between losers and bad boys. They go for bad boys. And bad boys will have a job a lot of times because they got to afford their bad boy lifestyle. Huh?
It's at a certain age that girls will go. When they,
Yeah.
as they get older, they will go for somebody who's more established.
Exactly.
More
Exactly.
has it together.
Exactly. Now, Jovina, she dated guys that had their own house, and one dude had a boat and shit like that, but I didn't have any of that stuff. I lived in an apartment. I had enough charisma to keep around. It was my natural energy. Again, I've talked about in my previous videos on vibration. I'm different than any male she's ever dated. Jovina?
Oh, you're different, all right. Where to start?
Well, what are some of the good things?
Well,
Start with that shit.
You're a go-getter.
A go-getter, yeah.
And you don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Sense of humor.
Boy, do I have a sense of humor.
Yeah. So I think those are like the main things that are really different from most of the other guys that I've met.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things. I feel like we have a lot of things in common family-wise. No, we do.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I think we do.
My dad was a player. My mom is
Was the what?
she's a poor, broken down old woman now. Your parents are younger. Your dad didn't really necessarily cheat on your mom that you know of.
That we know of.
That you guys know of.
Well, there was a time in their life that they were kind of at each other.
Yeah, I know.
feel
Yeah.
like there's
But
something.
my parents have never gotten along. My little brother's dead. Your little brothers are all still alive. You don't have a half brother.
that I know of.
You guys know your family history. You guys know your grandfather's grandfather. I don't know jack shit. You know, the black folks, we don't know shit.
I knew my one grandfather.
You can trace your family down. We can't.
I knew one grandfather that was my mom's dad.
Yeah.
That was about it.
But you guys know where you come from. Let's see. You guys eat the same foods we eat, though. That's what's close. We eat the same foods.
Some common ground, something.
We have similar family values, is I think what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. The way we raise our kids, too, I think
Yeah.
is a lot very similar.
No, I beat my kids. You never spanked
I
yours.
beat them, but my kids were, I gotta say, my kids were actually pretty good.
My kids are black kids. Black kids like monkeys, boy, jumping around everywhere. That's what they talk about. They call us like little monkeys.
Too, so.
Huh?
My kids got into some trouble too. It's
Yeah, but you didn't beat them.
Complete angels.
Beat your kids, fellas. If you have kids, beat your kids. Don't let them grow up to be some. I didn't do that with Tracy. Look what happened to him. See, I tried it the white way.
Back up a little bit. Tracy got it together.
He finally got his shit together, yeah.
So you don't.
I spoiled him, and look what happened.
About that.
All the other kids were mad. You should have beat him like you beat us.
That's your fault, not his.
I hit him once when he escaped from juvie. I hit him like a man. I regret that ever since.
That's because he was older already.
I was already freaked out. I was just like out of my mind, and yeah, he was he 19 or something, 20?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was older. It was different than when he was.
Yeah. I didn't hit him hard, but fuck. You should never hit your kids like a man, though. Any great sources to learn hypnosis from while speaking to people? Don't try that shit. Okay? You're going into the nerd shit. Nerds thought they could hypnotize people while they talk to them. When you learn to speak in a flowery language, that's all the hypnosis that you need. When you use that type of style, you want to embellish descriptions. Like when you're talking to someone about, you get digging their memories, you know. If you tell a story, you want to describe how, you know, beautiful the sun, like to say you went to Hawaii and you laid on the beach while you describe how beautiful the sun was, and you know, you could feel the warmth hitting your skin and you felt so relaxed inside. That's the way you want to do that type of thing. But I don't recommend it for anybody who comes to this community, because your minds aren't the same as normal people's minds, and you'll do some nerd shit. I don't care what race you are. You'll be thinking, I'm going to be hypnotizing this. But when the moment you start thinking that way, you turn to nerds. Not to sound too racial, I noticed the images of women in most of the programs are white. Yes, I dated mostly white chicks. Do you find they're more open to suggestion versus other races? No. Just more submissive. If yes, why is that? A little bit more submissive than I found. I think. Actually, I never really had a problem. I just like white chicks more. Remember, I had the programming. It wasn't until I actually got in this community where I was looking to date with my own when I wanted to get out of games. I wanted to retire with someone black. And that's why, you know, I tried a couple of mulattoes and they didn't work out. So I was looking for someone of my own complexion. Like my ex-wife, she's close to my own complexion. I decided I didn't want anybody light-skinned, feel like they're better than me. I feel someone who knows what it feels like to be, you know, my hue. I'm in the middle. I'm not dark skin. I'm not light skin. I'm in the middle. I carry the traits of light skin on areas that get the sun, but I'm in the middle. So I was looking for that, someone I could identify with. I will continue to support your movement. I eventually plan to do some fashion consulting with Jovina Good and grab some more of your programs for further self-improvement. I tune into your channel daily, Chris. Keep up the superb job, brother. I appreciate your time. Respect you sharing your experiences with us. Thanks, Tristan. I'm really happy a lot of brothers do date sisters. versus, white chicks. Now that I'm through the whole thing, what a college professor told me back in college was that your own race is the best race to date because you have more in common. Okay, I couldn't do it's awkward. It's not easy for me to be in the Black conscious movement. That the whole movement because she has no idea what it's like to be black. My ex-wife and I, we both know, so I can't talk about it with her. She can't share experiences. So in that area, it would have been better. And even like her little sister looks black. Looking black, like I told her, don't make you black. You can date us, but you ain't one of us. You can talk like us, but you ain't one of us. We got into a argument one time. Apparently she didn't like the way I talked to Jovina. And she's been around a lot of black women. She has a number of black friends practically and a couple of Mexican girls. Their kids are black. I mean, black, like me. So whatever's in their family from their father, those kids' DNA gravitate to that. What's kind of interesting, her son, who's my complexion, he has a child with another black chick. The child came out looking like a little mulatto kid. Light skin, blonde hair. Looks like that one, what's that basketball player's daughter?
Seth Curry's daughter.
Seth Curry's daughter. They look just alike.
She looks just like her, actually.
Yeah, it's amazing how DNA works. But anyway, let's see. Thanks for the questions. So I can't do the 1, 2, 3 because I'm not gonna blow my relationship out. I enjoy it, and I'm not gonna defame my relationship on air I like to make jokes and joke with her, and stuff like that. But I'm not going to destroy my relationship. Go out there, videotape me, or I don't know, mic up and go pick some chick up. Sorry, I've done all that, so can't do that one. When you, in closing, everything that I put out is to teach you how to become what I call a power man. A real man has power. And when you have that power, you don't need to mind fuck. You don't need to know about us. You don't need to know anything. Really, all you really need is power. Have that personal power, the personal magnetism. I always go back to my greatest student, Greece. And he's developed that personal magnetism, that he allowed his energy to come out of him. So everywhere he goes, and Greece used to be 458 pounds. So, but everywhere he goes, he seems to draw women to him. You mentioned the law of attraction, and I don't believe in sitting back. Because the law of attraction, the more vibration you have, the stronger your pull. And if you take a tuning fork and you bang it down, of course it's going to vibrate more powerfully than if you just tap it. Most of you guys are like, your energy is like a tap. And you put a tuning fork in there, nothing happens. What I'm trying to do is get your energy to be like a bam! You put it in there and the other vibrates. The chick started vibrating, feeling your vibration. Basically, I'm trying to amp up your vibration. That's why I came out with my recent product. Help clear the blockage that's blocking you from vibrating by getting all that shit in your head. Okay? So, everything I try to put out is designed to make you vibrate higher so that you naturally draw to you what you want. You also have to be about action. Because the more action you have, if I don't do this once, it's going to wear down. If I keep doing boing, boing, that's action. You're making action steps. Boing, boing, boing. You got to keep that tuning fork constantly vibrating. Okay? You heard what Jovina said. I'm constantly going for stuff I want. I constantly do things. I don't slow down. I don't back down. That's the kind of man you've got to become. That's what attracts women. They can feel it on you. Jovi knows eventually I'm going to, like when I first met her, I was making $7.5 a month. She knows I'll get back there again and top it and go over it. You know, it's just a matter of time. I'm finally over, the death of my little brother and my father, and it's time for me to grow again. So I've had my highs and I had my lows, and now it's time, and little valleys, and now it's time to, push the top. So she knows I'm that type of male. So you want to become that kind of male there, brothers. And my food is getting cold, so you guys have a good day. I'm not going to answer any the chatty shit. I'm not going to answer any comments. I'm out of here.